Good morning, guys. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. We are out cruising on another e-bike that I get the pleasure to ride today that I wanted to share with you guys. So we are out just cruising around. It's a little bit chillier today in Phoenix, but nothing crazy. But again, for us in Arizona, any temperature drop feels a lot worse than places that you're used to it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, guys, today I am riding a new Class 2 e-bike of mine, and it is the Mokwheel Basalt. It is a very solid bike. It is a hardtail, but the weight capacity on this thing is ridiculous. You could put 2 people on this thing, no problem, for real. I'll go over that here in a little bit. Has a lot of cool features. The display so far is actually my absolute favorite on any e-bike I've ridden. We'll go over that as well. Has a solid braking system, solid pedal assist system. The bars feel great, just kind of everything feels great. So we're gonna do, as usual, some speed tests. We're gonna do some suspension tests. We're gonna do all kinds of different stuff, and let's just get into it. So right off the bat, we are diving in off-road here just a little bit. It's nothing crazy, but I like testing bikes on this road because it is gravelly and bumpy because it's kind of a construction zone. I will say right off the bat, the suspension on the front feels okay as usual. Actually feels really good. But again, the back, it is a hardtail, so you will bounce around a lot off-road. One way to combat that, if you want to, you definitely can bring the PSI in the tires down, and it will smoothen out your ride. So when you kind of veer off off-road paths like this, it won't be quite as bumpy. But that is not to discount, this bike is completely made for going off-road just as much as it is for cruising on the street. So the big fat tires with the knobby tread on them, all that stuff, don't get me wrong, this is completely made for going off-road. And again, with that being said, it is obviously just as capable as on the street. Dang, we got people dumping trash out here. That's unfortunate. But again, like I said, street or road, this bike will handle it no problem at all. It's just keep in mind it is a hardtail, not fully suspension, so it does not have suspension in the rear. But again, that is pretty typical for these e-bikes. But yeah, these tires are massive. The wheels themselves are big. I believe it has a 52-inch wheelbase, give or take. It's right around there, which again, massive. The tires are big, the wheels are big, so that really does help cruise over really anything. Those huge tires just kind of cruise right over whatever bumps you're going over, hills you're going over. Like I said, if you just are looking for a bike to off-road, this will still get the job done. All right, guys, for pedal assist, this is one of my favorite roads. We're going to see what top speed we can take it here. One thing to note is the thumb throttle is on the left side here, so it is not a twist throttle. It is just a thumb throttle on the left side. And it is a Class 2 750 watt e-bike, so you're not going to get much faster than 20 miles an hour with the thumb throttle. Now, if you're pedal assisting, like right now, if I let off the throttle, we're maxed at 20, and I start pedaling, we can probably get this thing, I bet you I can push this thing over 30 miles an hour. Let's see what we can do. That's my goal. Oh yeah, easy. That's 33. So we hit 33 miles an hour. Let's hit 34. Dang, bro, we hit 34. Whew, that took the breath out of me. That's as fast as I've gotten one of these to go. I believe my all-time record on one of these with pedal assist is 32 miles an hour, I'm pretty sure. I got my Awesome Tom just over 32. My Side Rusher I got just over 32. This thing cooked all the way to 34. So that's a couple miles per hour faster, so this thing has some balls to it. And with that speed comes solid brakes for stopping you, hydraulic oil brakes. They feel great as usual. When e-bikes throw hydraulic brakes on them instead of mechanical brakes, it makes all the difference in the world. It feels great, let me tell you. All right, guys, let's pull over, get some B-roll shots for you, get the close-ups, and go more in depth on what this bike is capable of and what it's got going on. So, guys, let's start with the heart of this bike. It is rocking a 48-volt, 19.6 amp battery. It's going to last you 60 to 80 miles in range. Probably take about 7 hours, give or take, to charge, depending on how dead it is. You know what I mean? So, nothing crazy there. And it does come with a set of keys, per usual with a lot of these e-bikes, for security reasons. If you want to pop out the battery, charge it by itself, or put it inside so no one steals your bike. And moving on to the other most important part, they have their Mokwheel 750 watt motor in the back here. Really pulls, as you guys saw, I got it up to 34 miles an hour, which is pretty crazy. And it is rocking a Shimano 7 derailleur on the back and a Shimano 7 shifter on the front. Now, something that's cool is it has this wood plank on the back with their logo embedded in it. It's actually a pretty cool look, in my opinion. opinion. You can use this for cargo, really anything when you're going on a trip. And they say you can put a passenger on the back with a 450-pound weight limit. It makes sense to me. Pretty crazy, though. I have not seen that on any other e-bike yet. The taillight on the back completely works. It's a running taillight while you're riding, and it has a brake light when you hit the brakes. So at night, during the day, makes a huge difference, you guys. You don't have to worry about people not being able to see you at night, which is a huge plus, obviously. It has adjustable suspension in the front to a degree. You are able to fully lock it if you want a stiffer ride, or unlock it if you're riding in dirt and stuff like that. It's a pretty typical setup, but so far it has felt pretty good to me. Guys, you have your headlight on the front. Let me turn it on here, see if we can see it on and off. Yeah, that's a bright headlight. And with the headlight also comes a horn. You have these really solid leather grips with their logo embedded in it, which is pretty cool. It gives you some wrist support there for your long rides, which I really like. And these are the Tektro oil brakes I was talking about. Guys, these things feel so good compared to mechanical brakes. Trust me, these you will take all day over cable brakes. That is a huge plus for this bike. The seat so far, guys, I give this thing almost a 10 out of 10. This is one of the most comfortable seats I've ridden on an e-bike, and I haven't even ridden this thing for too long, but it is comfortable so far. The position of it is near perfect. Like I said before, the wheels are gigantic, 26x4, so they are big knobbies. You can ride them off-road, on-road, and each of them come with a big reflector on each of the rims, so that'll take care of you there. And guys, the big thing, the accessory you can buy for this, which just blows my mind, is you can charge this thing with solar panels. So if you're out somewhere and this thing dies, you can take these foldable, portable solar panels out, set them up out in the sun, and plug that thing into your bike. I think you get an inverter for it, and it'll charge your bike, which is ridiculous. I have not seen that on an e-bike yet, and I think that is something, I think that's pretty sweet. So guys, let's get back to our first person ride here and get back on the road. And now onto the display, guys. While I'm sitting on it, you have a trip meter on it. You have a total odometer on it, which is, I think, time completely. Like right now I have almost 40 minutes on this bike. And then you have your pedal assist at the bottom and your speed on top. So pedal assist as usual. Let's just give you guys a rundown. Pedal assist 1 gets us to 13 miles an hour. 2 on this bike is going to get us to, looks like about 14. Depending on how much you're pedaling. I believe this bike also has a torque sensor, so depending on how hard you pedal, it'll bring you a little bit faster. The motor will kick in a lot stronger. And then pedal assist 3 is already kicking us up to 16, 17, 18 miles an hour. Pedal assist 4 is already pushing us over 20. We're going 20, 21. And then once we turn the corner here, we'll kick it into 5. But as you guys saw, I got it up to 34 miles per hour in 5, which again, insane. So yeah, here's pedal assist 5, and we're cruising. It also has almost like an RPM gauge, as you can see when you're maxing it out. Starts at yellow and starts turning red when you're getting close to the top of top speed there. And guys, so far the shifting, very smooth. I believe some of the other bikes I had the Shimano 7 on it as well. I love the Shimano 7. It shifts very smooth. You never have to worry about the chain missing or coming loose or falling off from in between gears. It's just one click with your thumb to downshift, one click with your index to upshift. Butter. And then the controls on your left, as you can see, self-explanatory. You have your power button. Hold it for a few seconds to turn it on. Hold it for a few seconds to turn it off. Upshift button, downshift button, and your headlight. And the power button is right underneath. I'm telling you guys, the display has a great look. And you can also get to the back end of this menu by holding the up and down arrow at the same time, typical for e-bikes. And you can adjust your brightness and a few other things. What's up? A few other things if you want to kind of just configure your bike to make it your own. There's a few other things you can change there, which is pretty cool. And guys, the bar's width on this bike feels just about perfect. The position feels perfect. I love that so far. Assembly was very easy to put together. As usual, comes with a manual and all the tools you need. And it came with some extra fenders for the front of the bike. And obviously I have the back on with the cargo rack. I did not put the front fender on because personally I don't love the look of it. Makes it look a little more like a city cruiser than an off-road bike. So I kept the fender set aside, but you can get that with the bike. And there are a few other add-ons I believe you can get. But like I said, I have the fender set with the cargo rack on the back. And the cargo rack is very, very useful and versatile. Like I said, you can throw a person on it. Guys, right now we are cruising like 25 miles an hour 25 miles per hour back there in the dirt, and it ate it up pretty good, so that is a great sign. And guys, they do have assembly videos and stuff like that on their website. I will put a link for that in the description as well, along with a purchase link. I believe they have a sale right now to save you a couple $100, so if you do want one, you should probably hop on it pretty soon. Another thing to keep in mind, guys, the height range for this, for you to ride comfortably, is anywhere from 5'8" to 6'6", I believe. I'm 5'9", and this thing feels great for me. I have no problem reaching the ground, no problem pedaling, and it feels like the perfect size. I do have longer arms, but I sit, like I said, very comfortable on this, and truthfully, this is one of the most comfortable seats I've sat on an e-bike. Guys, with that being said, the Mokwheel Basalt, this is in my top 3 for sure. Just how smooth it is, the display, how clean it's set up, the brakes, dude, that's a huge thing, the oil brakes, I'm telling you what, it's huge. I feel like I have to start getting more strict on my ratings here, but I give this thing probably a 9 out of 10. Overall, I don't have any negatives of it other than it's a hardtail, but that's not a negative. It's just the class of the bike. But yeah, guys, that is the Mokwheel Basalt. Definitely make sure to like and subscribe. Definitely visit the link and grab your Basalt for yourself. Give it a shot, and then come back and leave a comment and let me know your rating on the bike. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next ride.